Okay, what can I do for you?
Yes, sir. So to give you a little bit of kind of context of where I'm at,
Sure.
I am wholesaling full time. I've been full time for about 8 months now. I've been strictly on the cash side of things, and it's going well. I'm at 3 to 4 deals a month consistently for the past 3 months.
Nice.
But I'm cutting my teeth on creative, because I mean I see real estate Mills and Calvin and all those guys, talking about Deal Sniper, and I have Deal Sniper set up on my laptop right here. Um, and I have like a pretty solid understanding, the gist of seller finance. I'm not 100% there yet, but I'm like right there with it, because I don't want to be just a cash guy. I want to be able to employ, add new things into my toolbox, so to
Of
speak.
course.
So I hope that I will make this easy for you. I don't want to be a pain in your ass. I
That
just have
can happen.
I have a couple of questions when it comes to Deal Sniper, because I wanna really use this because I have a VA running, I have some commission-based cold callers, I do pay per lead, but sometimes I still catch myself with more downtime than I want, and I want to fully utilize all of my time to get as much deal flow as possible.
Okay.
So I guess my first question to you at a high level when it comes to Deal Sniper, and I pop it in. Of course, I go over to batch leads. That's what I use personally to make sure there's no mortgage in place. Um,
Okay.
and I make my creative offer and everything, and I have my estimated rent, which it is extremely accurate. It's like crazy accurate on rent estimation, at least from what I can tell. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. No, we kind of had this thing dialed in. I'm actually glad you said that. I'll let the developers know. Good job.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Because I mean, there's so many softwares that are like this, but they're just so fucking inaccurate when it comes to the rent, dude. And I mean, when you're trying to get something under contract to pitch to one of your buyers, of course, you don't want to look like a clown with egg on your face saying that the rents are 1,500 when they're really 1,100. And that's what a lot
Exactly.
of similar software I've seen time and time again. So that's why it took me a while to bite on Deal Sniper, and I started playing with it and cross-referencing the rents. I was like, wow, this thing is like on it.
Good.
I'm sorry,
Glad to
I
hear
got
it.
off on a rabbit trail, Sean.
No, no, that's all
Um,
right. I'm glad to hear it.
so when I'm seeing my estimated rent, when I come down to the total PITI plus HOA, is that the bulk number that I'm needing to subtract from rent? Because I know you take rent times zero point 0.8 usually. So would I be taking my rent times zero point 0.8 and then subtracting that total PITI from that, and that would be my cash flow for a creative offer?
Are you talking about for pitching it or for your own personal portfolio?
Um, I mean, kind of both, to be honest, because I really do want to start building my own rentals. But for now, for the next couple or 3 months, this is just going to be um, selling to buyers, and as in a traditional wholesaling sense. So that I'm just trying to be able to look at what Deal Sniper gives me and use the numbers provided to determine what my cash flow is going to be for the offer to my end buyer.
Gotcha. Okay, so here's what I tell everyone else, and the
Okay.
only reason I'm giving you this answer is
Okay.
quite frankly, I didn't build the algorithm,
Sure. Sure.
and the deal sniper. Let me, you know what? Let me pull this up because I've said this to a
Okay.
few people before, and I think it'll be easier if I can show it while I'm trying to say what I'm saying. Let me share
Okay,
my.
bud. Sure.
Here we go. All right, so let me grab a random address so that I can, yeah, just give me this one. This is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go to Deal Sniper, right? I'm going to put it in. Same thing like in all my other videos. And I'm seeing that a lot of the newer people, some of my messages, they're so far up. The new people, when they join, they're not going to go back 2, 3 weeks to look at what I'm
Sure.
I'm saying. So
Sure.
when I hit no, this portion of Deal Sniper is fantastic. at generating
Yeah.
a deal that is going to be an equitable deal for your investors. But
Okay.
when it comes to this portion here and this portion here, these still
Mhm.
aren't dialed in and calibrated. That's
Okay.
why I always suggest that once you, so if this were mine, obviously I'm going to clean up my numbers. Monthly payment, we'll just do 1,300 and then
Make it
down.
nice and rounded.
Yeah, always. Okay. So once I have this, I bring it over to the calculator. And
Okay.
if I put that deal in here, and I can actually do that because Deal Sniper gives me all the numbers, 430, 400, 1,330. Okay, so let's do that. So if I put this deal in here, and this is a good tool for you to use because if you're going to be, it sounds like displaying your own deals, right?
Yes, sir. For the most part, yeah. I mean, a lot of our buyers that that we sell our cash deals to, they're also interested in creative, but we just haven't brought any creative deals to them.
That's fantastic. That's a beautiful setup. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
so 322.5 and 1649. So I'm going to go to seller finance in here. Oh, just forgot that quick. 322.5 and 1649. Okay. I want to put in the taxes and the insurance. And then Deal Sniper is telling me that I should give them a monthly payment of 13 and the rent is 3,100. All right. So I'm going to give them 1,300 and then I got to put this in here, 3,100. So when I go to this deal, it tells me there's my cash on cash return.
Wow.
There's my first year ROI. And then here's my total entry fee for the deal, including down payment, closing costs, and assignment fee. And then if this deal, let's say it had a realtor and the realtor wanted 2%, and we just put that in here and then go straight back over, it automatically adjusts everything for me.
Remarkable. And this calculator is in the Deal Sniper Discord.
Yeah, it's on the left side
Incredible.
under
Wonderful.
Deal Machine Calculator. It's in the channel. And not only is the link for this calculator there, but there's a video right below it breaking down exactly how to use it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So when you're generating offers and sending them out, are you personally yourself, like you see what Deal Sniper gives you and then you take it into the calculator to make sure that it's, a profitable deal and then you send it out?
No, not
Okay.
necessarily. There are some people
Okay.
who do that. There are some people
Okay.
who, hey, I want to make sure, the deal is solid
Mhm.
before I send it out. I know for a fact that whatever this generates is going, I mean, look at what it just generated. It's
Yeah, I was about to say that's a banger, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's always going to generate a good deal. When I tell people to start implementing the calculator is when they get a positive response from a realtor. Because then a lot of times the realtor is going to want to negotiate. What if they
yeah.
want more of a down payment? What if they want a higher monthly payment? You can use this for our buyers. Our
Mhm.
buyers, the minimum they'll take a creative deal is about 10% cash on cash return. So
Okay.
I'm just going to keep going up on this number until my cash on cash return goes to 10%. Oh, that's too much. 1,900. Nope, that's too much. 1,800. There we go. So probably what, 1,825? Yeah. So I know that if I have to get on a phone call with a realtor, they're like, hey, I want to talk to you about this deal. We're interested, whatever they say, anything other than no.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're going to want to negotiate. So I want to know what my max
Sure.
is.
Sure.
So if they're like, hey, can I get more monthly? Well, how much do you want? We want 1,500.
Mhm.
All right, I'll tell you what. I can do 1,500 if we can get this thing signed tonight.
There you go. There you
You
go.
know what I mean? And because
Okay.
I know it works. And it goes the same way. Hold on, let me put this back to where it was. It goes the exact same way with the down payment. Now, for us, again, for our buyers, the most they want to pay for the down payment, we like to keep it at 10%. So the most I
Sure.
can give them is $43,000.
Right.
So once I change the loan amount and the down payment, I'll go back over here and I'll see where I'm at there and I'll see where I'm at there. So that's the only time I tell people use the calculator because I
Is in
know,
negotiations.
yeah, you want to know what I like knowing the outcome of the game before it starts. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Wow. That very directly answered my question. Yeah, I've seen I've seen some real estate Mills videos and Calvin's videos that are like, the offer that Deal Sniper generates, the way that it generates it is a marketable offer. And
Always.
I've felt that that is the truth. And it's not that I'm skeptical of any of those guys. It's just that I've seen and tested out so many softwares that were just, pardon my French, but dog shit,
Yeah.
And that's why, I just wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit because it just looks like it just works, plain and simple. So that very directly answers my question, and I'm gonna get more plugged in with the calculator for when inevitably an agent wants to negotiate. I can kind of adjust my numbers, and it sounds like our buyers kind of look for the same numbers as far as minimum cash on cash returns and everything. But yeah, I would definitely also like to shoot some deals you guys' way because I'd say about 20% of our buyers also buy creative. A lot of them are just strictly fix and flips. Like my home market is here in Savannah, Georgia. That's where I live,
Okay.
and that's where a good bit of my business is. And a lot of them, old head fix and flippers down here, they barely even know what creative is. They're just like, I'm gonna fix this piece of shit and then make money and sell it.
Exactly. That's
So
how I started.
there you go. There you go. But I mean, dude, honestly, you completely answered my question. And I'm very stoked. I'm very stoked because I mean the volume of offers you can get out with this thing is just ridiculous.
Well, it's really, I mean, not that I was skeptical, but I had a hand in, the concept, the idea and how
Okay.
it should look, but I didn't build, like, I don't do algorithms. Like I didn't build it.
Right.
So it's really good to hear that someone, and there are other people that are doing it as well, but it's really good to hear a non-biased, hey, this is actually working against everything else. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, Sean, I'm not going to take up any more of your time, brother. You very succinctly answered everything I had for you. So I really appreciate it, dude. And I'm definitely going to be more active in that Discord group. It seems like y'all got a really, really awesome thing going on there. I mean, I'm seeing a bunch of people pop in and be like, hey, I just started 2 weeks ago and I have 2 offers accepted, So
Yeah,
I love
it's
to see
working
that.
good, man. And anytime you need any help, let me know. I'm always here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, John. It was a pleasure talking with you, buddy. I appreciate you.
No worries. You too, man. Have a good day.
You too. See you, bud.
See ya.